So all began when I was 5 years old. At that time I was just a little boy who loved trains. You know, those machines that move faster than cars, like the TGV that goes over 300 km per hour, or even cargo trains that travel all across Canada from west to east. I was very obsessed with trains, so my parents bought me a lot of toy trains. I was so obsessed that even my grandfather believed I was destined to become a train conductor. And to be honest, I believe it too. Until that day came, the first time I truly remember taking a plane. Well, not exactly, because technically my first flight was when I was 1 or 2 years old, and it was on the Boeing 747. Wow, that means that I already flew on one of the most biggest airplane in the world? That's crazy. Anyway, the flight I am talking about is the first one I actually remember. The one that truly changed something inside me. So I was walking to the gate with my family and I saw the plane parked in the parking area. But honestly, I didn't see so much because it was nighttime. Then I entered the plane, took my seat, and before we even took off, I fell asleep. Yes, my first takeoff, the moment that changed everything for most people, and I slept through it. After 6 hours of flight, I woke up about 30 minutes before landing in Paris. I completely forgot I was even on a plane. So when I looked outside, I was surprised. Suddenly the aircraft made a wide turn and I saw the countryside. And then in the distance, the Eiffel Tower. Just wow. I had never seen a view like that before. It felt like when your parents surprise you with the perfect gift. That exact feeling of pure excitement. But it wasn't over yet, because it was time to land. At touchdown, my little body bounced from the impact on the runway. Honestly, it was one of the best sensations I have ever felt. When we arrived at the gate, it was the morning. This time, I decided to really look at the airplane, something I hadn't done at the departure. I turned my head, and there he was. It was the first time I had truly seen a Boeing 777 up close, and that's probably why it's still my favorite aircraft today. After the vacation, I finally watched a full takeoff, but that doesn't mean I stopped loving train. The day I truly stopped loving train came 4 years later. Once again, I was flying on that massive aircraft. That day I was wearing a nice outfit. Remember that detail because it became important later in the story. After we landed and the plane was taxiing on the runway, I suddenly saw two fire trucks spraying water over the aircraft. At first I thought the plane has caught fire, but it was actually for a special reason. It was the captain's final flight before retirement. After the small ceremony, we started walking toward the exit door. Suddenly, the captain noticed me and said that he liked my outfit. He invited me to take a look inside the cockpit. Of course, I accepted with excitement. When I stepped into the cockpit, I was completely amazed by all the buttons, panel and instruments. Everything looked incredible. Then the captain let me sit in the captain's seat. That was the moment I realized I want to become a pilot.